Me, I'm relatively a newbie. From 2015 was my first year. Like most of us here, we was in the service at one time or another. And I saw something about shooting the M1 Garand and this and that, and which reminded me of the M14, which I shot in the service, which I carried in boot camp. And I started looking into it. This is what I tell everybody. I went down to the club to meet with my Cmp organizer there, and I said, did you guys know about this Camp Perry thing where they go down and shoot the M1s and everything? And he goes, Dean, this is what this is all about. This local club stuff is just so we can go to Camp Perry every year.
This stage will be 5 sighting shots and 10 shots per record, fired in a time limit of 15 minutes.
I am Garand Collectors Association Vice President Andrew Hall. The GCA welcomes you to Camp Perry, home of the national matches since 1907. We are here for the 4-day Cmp Games matches.
Load and stand by.
In that, the GCA mission statement encourages the competitive and recreational safe shooting of the M1 rifle. We decided to produce a video to do just that. The games matches are designed for all shooters, including the introductory shooter. We hope to inspire you to get your M1 out in order to compete with it.
The line is ready.
The GCA believes so strongly in this that we pay cash prizes for the top Garand shooters at these matches as well as the traveling games matches. The GCA is proud to present the Camp Perry Cmp Games Experience. Let me walk you through the process.
Your time will begin and you may fire when your targets appear.
Stand by your targets. Targets up.
The Cmp Games matches began in earnest in 1998 with the first John C. Garand match that was held here at Camp Perry. That match was centered around the M1 Garand, marksmanship activity, safety, and fun. It was an entry-level match for your beginning shooter. All of the Cmp Games matches are entry-level matches for the beginning shooter. They're intended to be enjoyable. They're intended to promote safety and marksmanship. They're intended to have folks come out and participate in a marksmanship activity that might not come out and participate in a marksmanship activity in a more purist event. But the John C. Garand matches and the other fun matches we have, the M1 Carbine Match, the Vintage Sniper Match, the 1903 Springfield Match, all of those matches are geared around the beginning shooter.
Named after Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry, Camp Perry is located on the shore of Lake Erie. It was on Lake Erie where Commodore Perry commanded American naval forces in the defeat of the British fleet during the War of 1812. The Cmp Games matches follow the national matches of all the shooting disciplines and ends just before the long-range matches. The Cmp Games matches are conducted on the Viale and Rodriguez rifle ranges. If you cannot make it to Camp Perry, please consider attending the numerous traveling matches the Cmp conducts each year across the country, or even a local Cmp sanctioned match at a nearby club. Upon arrival at Camp Perry, our first stop is the Cmp Headquarters, where we will register for our matches. We'll get scorecards, we'll get rule books, and we'll get a welcome packet for the local area.
The John C. Garand match, since its inception in 1998, has grown to become the most popular match in the United States, most heavily attended match, and all of those are shot with an M1 Garand. The travel games that the Cmp has, we have both the cup matches and the games matches at those events. So the beginning shooter can participate in the games matches and can grow into the cup level events. Those matches are held all over the United States. In addition to the Cmp sponsored travel games, we have clubs, our whole club network all over the United States, which there's 3,000 or so active clubs. and they hold and conduct CMP-sponsored events at their home ranges. Each one of them helps grow the skill set, and the skill set is all about safety and marksmanship.
The Civilian Marksmanship Program is a national organization dedicated to training and educating U.S. citizens in the responsible uses of firearms and air guns through gun safety training, marksmanship training, and competitions. The CMP is a federally chartered 501c3 corporation that places its highest priority on serving youth through gun safety and marksmanship activities that encourage personal growth and build life skills. Conveniently located right next to registration is CMP's North Store. Let's go inside and see what they have for sale. Numerous vendors that sell shooting-related items come to Camp Perry each year. There will be names you recognize and a few you do not. Set aside some time while here to do a little shopping in the area known as Commercial Row.
So I'm an armorer with the United States Marine Corps. I'm here to support the team. I'm also their gunsmith. They had me on the truck working government guns, and a lot of them came out here and bought personal rifles like myself. I've always wanted a Grand. Figured what better place to buy one than the CMP and Nationals and shoot it. I got lucky with one of the specials and had a brand new barrel on it. So I came in, did some work for some people, bought some parts, and I was able to convert one of the specials into an M1D. I ended up replacing the barrel, got the mount and scope here through the CMP and Commercial Row, as well as what I do for a lot of our guys is I come in and make some relief cuts on the bottom of the stock there on the inside, kind of free float the barrel a little bit. Rework the trigger, do a lot of polishing on the op rod and just lube it up, do some basic LTI PFIs for our guys. And pretty much the whole team came out and did the same thing. So I did it for them and they went out and won some medals on the range. And I did the same thing. Wasn't able to win a medal, but I had fun out there, so that's all that really matters.
Now that I've completed my registration, it's time to go to the CMP Armorer's truck. What they're going to do is inspect my rifle, weigh the trigger, and make sure that it's fit to function and fire the match.
All right, so what you see here behind us is our inspection table. Everybody that comes in and shoots for us here at these competitions have to go through the inspection on every rifle that's fired on the line. It does two things for us. One, we do a quick functions check on every firearm that goes out on the line. That ensures safety and proper function of the firearms that are going out. Make sure that we're not putting anything out on the line that could potentially be dangerous, not only for the person firing it, but for the people around them. We don't want any kind of injuries for anybody, much less, the shooter or the people around them. So we want to do a quick check on the rifles, make sure that they're safe, all safety functions work as they should, and it's not going to do anything crazy like double, shoot multiple rounds per trigger pull, anything like that. On top of that as well, it helps us look at the rifle and ensure that it goes with rules compliance. It helps us make sure that when they bring us the rifle that it complies with the rules that are set forth for that match in our match program and through our rule books, whether it be modifications to the rifle, bedding, non-bedding, max conditioning, trigger weights, so on and so forth. So it just helps us make sure that we're giving a fair advantage and a fair shake to everybody out there, and it's a game of skill, not a game of money or being able to game the system to what you want it to be.
If you're a new shooter and maybe slightly intimidated by all the possible procedures that are out here on the range, also in the target pits, the CMP has you covered. Steve Cooper from the CMP is here today to help out with this class. He'll be going through range procedures, target procedures, rifle handling procedures, as well as the safety procedures. Here is the clinic, and let's head inside to see what Steve has for us.
With all of our rapid fires with the vintage guns, we have mixed commands on the line because we've got bolt guns, we've got M1s out there, and foreign guns. And so what we're looking to do is get everybody started the same way. So we're going to start from the standing position and then go into a prone position from standing. And by doing so, we're going to load on a safe rifle. So in the case of the M1, we're going to load 2 rounds, but we're going to override the bolt over those 2 rounds. So you've got 2 in the well and nothing in the chamber, bolt is closed. What we'd like to see is when we have new shooters come out here, we want them to feel comfortable, feel safe, and to enjoy the camaraderie and the spirit of these games matches. It's just a great place for them to learn. If they've got some experience, that's fine. If they're new to the sport, we want them to come out, feel good about what we're doing with them, and shoot in a safe environment and learn the courses of fire on an entry level, and then take it as far as they want to take it in the future.
Well, I've shot games matches before at some of the regionals, but this is Perry, this is the place, you know? It was a bucket list thing for me.
Like all shooting sports, it's a humbling experience, but being able to shoot a rifle with that much historical value here at Camp Perry, which in and of itself is a great experience and something that speaks to the marksmanship challenges both for the shooting sports world as well as our service members who've been training here and bringing these rifles and their skills to the fight to increase lethality on a battlefield. For me, it's an honor to be here and be part of that heritage.
One thing all shooters, and especially new shooters, should do prior to firing in a match is to review the Cmp High Power Rifle Competition Rulebook. Updated annually, this rulebook covers all aspects of firing the various high-power rifle matches, as well as target procedures. Changes to rules are highlighted for better comprehension. The rulebook is also available online on the CMP's website for easy access.
This stage will be 5 sighting shots and 10 shots per record, fired in the time limit of 15 minutes. With 1 round, load.
Targets up.
The John C. Garand match is conducted at Camp Perry as part of the GSMM matches. GSMM stands for Garand, Springfield, Vintage, and Modern Military. The match consists of 5 sighting rounds followed by 10 rounds prone slow fire, 10 rounds prone rapid fire, and ends with 10 rounds offhand. All firing takes place at 200 yards. There are multiple opportunities to participate in the GSMM matches over the span of the CMP Games. Know too that there is even a combined 4-rifle aggregate match category for competitors firing all 4 types of rifles associated with the GSMM matches.
This stage will be 10 shots, rapid fire, prone from standing, fired in a time limit of 80 seconds. With bolts remaining open or closed at empty chambers, load. The line is ready. Already on the firing line.
Firing begins for the morning relay at 7 a.m. Shooters are seen arriving here at the entrance of Camp Perry before sunrise in order to be ready. Shooters are welcome to walk to the firing line, but the CMP offers shooter shuttles to get you to and from the firing line.
And is this shoot first or pit first?
You have to take what's on top. You got a little bit. And I have pits.
Shooters are seen here lining up in order to receive their firing points and relay numbers. The CMP eagerly accommodates those shooters wishing to pair with one another.
Hi, shoot together.
Shooters are now standing on the firing line after they have been squatted. They are making certain they are on the correct firing point, and they also receive a safety briefing by the range officer. The first 2 relays will stay on the line, and relays 3 and 4 will proceed to the pits. Upon arrival at the pits, targets must be placed into the target carriers. The target pullers must then inventory necessary materials to mark the targets. The target pulling team must carefully monitor their targets for shots during firing. The CMP provides easy-to-understand materials on how shots are scored and marked. After a few shots, everyone easily gets into the rhythm. CMP officials are never far away if there are any questions.
Target down. Verify that you have 10 hits of the same caliber before inserting spotters. If you have insufficient or excessive hits, call a pit official.
Once firing is complete for the first two relays, relays 3 and 4 head to the line. Target refacing is normally accomplished by relays 1 and 2 once they arrive in the pits.
Getting into the games world is relatively easy to do. There are so many other people that are shooting these matches already, and they're so willing to help out. So if you got a buddy who shoots, or even you've come out here and meet someone for the first time, they'll be happy to lend you gear, whatever you need to get started, whether it be a mat, gun, ammunition, you name it. This is a very open sport. Folks are helping each other out all the time. So if you come out here with a rudimentary equipment, you can fill in the blanks over time, gather more equipment, improve, and then customize the game for yourself. So really, it's an open world and an opportunity for everyone to grow in the sport together.
This stage will be 10 shots per record, fired in a time limit of 10 minutes. With 1 round, load. Your time will begin, and you may fire when your target's clear.
Well, I was pretty nervous. I'm actually getting into it, and I like it. I really enjoy the old rifles. The M1 I got right here came from my grandpa. That's why it's special to me, and it's my very first one. I got silver this week with this, and I shot a pretty good score for my first time. So it kind of means a lot to me. I very much enjoy shooting it.
Immediately following the match, shooters line up to pick up each year's custom designed t-shirt. For those shooters that shoot higher than the minimum cutoff scores, the CMP presents a gold, silver, or bronze medal. All shooters achieving a gold score must present their rifle to the CMP armorers in order to certify it is within regulation for the match being fired. Many M1 shooters also have an M1A. Springfield Armory Incorporated sponsors a match so that you may break out your old M1A in order to compete with it. Since the civilian version of the M14, known as the M1A, is descended from the M1, it is fitting that we highlight this match.
This stage will be 5 sighting shots and 10 shots per record, fired in a time limit of 15 minutes.
It is great to see so many of these finely tuned service rifles out on the range again. Even some of the Marine Corps team was here today, firing their old team rifles used for many years before switching to the M16. In fact, a Marine was the winner of this year's M1A match.
So this is a national match M14 rifle that the Marine Corps produced. So they actually did take M14s. We would weld the selector lever, so it will no longer go full auto, so it's just a semi-automatic rifle. What we also did was we would weld on lugs to the receiver in the front and in the back, drill and tap them so we could put set screws to attach it to the stock to relieve the pressure from the trigger guard holding onto the action to put it into the stock. And we would glass bed the stocks. The stocks are made by Macmillan. We would buy our barrels from Douglas, and then they would be cut and chambered and then screwed onto the actions here. And then we would fit national match rear sights. And then we would make custom sights dependent if we wanted it to be a long range gun, because they would fire these at 1,000 yards and they would shoot these across the course. So if it was a long range gun, it would have a different front sight post that we would manufacture in the shop. The Marine Corps rifle team, they have 6 in their possession still that were made back in PWS. And Sergeant Shane Butler shot one yesterday and came out first in the Springfield M1A match.
The Vintage Sniper Team Match is a 2-man event fired first at 300 yards and then at 600 yards. Both M1Cs and M1Ds are observed on the line in addition to the more numerous bolt-action rifles. Unlimited sighting shots are permitted at both distances before record scoring begins. While one competitor is firing, the spotter assists with wind adjustments as necessary. Then the roles are reversed. Each competitor fires a total of 20 rounds for record. M1s are entered into a separate semi-auto category, which the GCA financially supports with awards in order to encourage participation with the M1. The M1 Carbine Match is unique at the CMP Games in that it is fired at 100 yards and does not involve pit duties for scoring targets. It includes 40 shots for record with up to 10 sighting shots.
We have learned through the years, the CMP's learned at the travel events that having a singular day for a singular rifle like John C. Grand Match Day does not always work out best for the competitor. The competitors may not have 3 or 4 days to participate in a travel games event or here at the national matches. So what we have done, we've come up with a GSM-M, which is a combination of Grand, Springfield. You can shoot the GSM-M match any day. You can shoot your Grand, your Springfield, your modern military. It's all the same match, and so you can pick which rifle you want to shoot on which particular day that you have available to shoot. And so that lessens the burden on the competitor, makes it where if they don't have a lot of time, if they have to pick one rifle to shoot, they can pick the rifle that they want to shoot in the event. But it also gives the competitor the ability to shoot all of their rifles and participate the entire time if they want to. It even offers an opportunity to shoot a re-entry with any of those rifles. If they feel they didn't do well one day, they could re-enter another day with the same rifle. And so that loosens the restrictions on which rifle they can shoot which day and helps them make a better decision to utilize their time.
We'd all like to say thank you very much from the CMP for your participation and shooting the matches coming out tonight and recognizing these fine folks.
Gary Anderson, Director of the CMP Emeritus, as well as 2-time Olympic gold medal shooting champion, is presenting awards to this year's winners of the CMP Games matches. It is an honor to have such a distinguished competitor congratulate each of these shooters.
The winner of the 2021 Modern Military Match with a score of 296 with 10 X's is Brian Williams of Granby, Massachusetts.
I've been coming here since 2012. I enjoy it mostly the people. I get to see these people one time a year. It's unlike any other sporting event, I think. You get to see people that you haven't seen in a year or two, and it feels like you just left off with them 2 days ago. You know, it's a great place to be.
And the winner of the 2021 John C. Grand Trophy, the John C. Grand Match with a score of 292 with 7 X's, is Douglas Armstrong of Lexington, North Carolina.
The National Grand Match Trophy was presented to the CMP by the GCA in August of 2001. Recognizing the immense popularity of this new match, which began in 1998, the GCA Board of Directors worked through numerous sketches in order to arrive at a final design as seen here. Constructed of black walnut, it lists the name of each year's winner. The rifle adorning the top is actually an unserviceable rifle, a result of an internal crack located on the receiver heel. Coming to Camp Perry this year, there is no doubt the GCA is in perfect alignment with our mission statement. Our mission statement is as follows: to exchange information and expand knowledge of the U.S. rifle caliber 30 M1, to preserve and publicize the history of the rifle and its inventor John C. Garand, to assist and encourage new collectors, to assist authors in writing new reference works, to assist members in their collecting, and to encourage competitive and recreational safe shooting of the rifle. Please know that the GCA qualifies as a CMP affiliated club, which satisfies one of the requirements in order to make a purchase from the CMP. For $25 a year, GCA members will receive 4 issues of our world-class magazine, the Gca Journal. The journal covers everything M1 Garand related, going well beyond simply collecting. You can join online at the gca.org. At over 30,000 members, we would love you to come on board. In order to learn more about the CMP, please go to thecmp.org. There you can learn all about the CMP's mission, sponsored and affiliated competitions, as well as their sales. As we close the CMP Games, it is only fitting that we are standing on the range. The GCA is especially appreciative of the enormous support the CMP has provided to us as we made this experience available to you. In closing, we hope that you have found our presentation informative. We want you to know that shooting in the CMP Games Match is for everyone. If you have not yet competed, please consider getting your M1 out and getting to the range. We hope to see you next year here at Camp Perry, or if you cannot come here, please consider attending one of the CMP's traveling games matches.